Happy Tuesday, Year 4, and welcome to, ironically, Tuesday's English slide. So today we're going to be looking at emotive language. It's something you may go, oh, what do you mean by that, Mr. Bull? Well, thankfully these slides are here to help you talk through that. So we're doing this today so you can identify which words can create a bigger emotional reaction when you are writing, or particularly in your speech. It's to help us include this powerful tool persuasion when it comes to actually writing our speech to self. So we're doing this by identifying what features are in a speech. We're going to understand what it is to persuade someone, look closely at emotive language and how it can affect the reader's feelings or emotions. We're going to look at what type of adjectives or phrases create the biggest emotional response and include these examples of emotive language in your works. A little how of what we're doing. But first up, he's back. Fresh from yesterday's lesson, we have Barack Obama. Now, what I would like you to do is grab that text, if you have it. If not, go back onto Monday's Daily Learning and make sure you access it from that and read through the text once again. This time, I want you to see if you can notice as many features that we've covered throughout the year that you can possibly see. I've done one for you, facts. See how many you can get. Don't worry, find it hard. It's a little starter activity. But see what you can find when exploring this text. So pause the video, have a go at it now. Right. To give you an idea, lots and lots of lines going on here. Very messy now, my poor Barack Obama speech, but I've given you an idea of the sort of things that you're looking for. So he's talking as a group. By that, I mean he's talking as a collective. Words such as are, we. He's not just talking individually. I'm aware he does use the word I a bit, but it's about bringing people together. Speeches, when you're trying to persuade, involve not just you, it involves a group. So words like we and are really important. He is using emotive language, and I'll get into that a little bit more later on. Of course, I've mentioned facts, statistics, that's to do a little bit with numbers. So, he said here, it's been done in America for 221 years. That is a bit of a fact. Also, using numbers makes it a stat. Repetition and the rule of three. He's repeated certain things 3 times, and of course hopefully you noted that fronted adverbial there as well. So that's an idea of the sort of things that we were looking for you to explore and identify in that speech. Now, in this speech, as I mentioned, Barack Obama is persuading people to come together and support him as president. But what does it mean in terms of persuasion? What does persuade mean? Pause this video, have a think to yourself, avoid the temptation to go and look at it online, and we'll come and share ideas in just a moment. So pause the video, I'll see you in a bit. So, persuasion means, well, it's an act, shall I say, it's the act of changing someone's opinion on something or getting them to join in with something that you are doing, okay? I could try and persuade someone to all dress in the same outfit as me because I'm the coolest, sharpest dresser around. It wouldn't work because I'm definitely not. But using certain language, I can try and do that. I can already sense you guys want a hoodie like this already. So that's what persuasion's all about. It's about using words, phrases, certain techniques that can make someone change their mind. So with that in mind, there's lots of different ways in which you can persuade people. Alliteration is a great way of doing that. Using facts, opinions, or stats. Repetition and the rule of three, something we'll look at later this week, as well as a great way of doing it. Rhetorical questions, one of my personal favourites. So you may know it. If you don't worry, we're looking at that too. Emotive language and exaggeration. Now today, we're going to focus on one of these areas. Emotive language. Now, these are a deliberate choice of words. They're usually adjectives or adverbs, but they can sometimes be nouns as well, that create an emotional reaction for the reader. So if you want to create an idea of pity, sympathy, or sadness, you might go, that poor boy. Rather than saying that boy, the word poor indicates a little bit of sadness there. Anger. What a disgraceful thing to do. The word disgraceful gives the idea of anger there, really emphasizes that. Hope. We might win. That word might, bringing the idea that you might win. As a fan of my team, I feel that quite a lot every weekend. So, with this in mind, let's have a little read through of the text here and tell me how it makes you feel. So, after Christmas, every year, there are thousands of abandoned puppies left to wander the streets scared and alone. Only your support can help them. So just think to yourself, how does that make you feel when you see this little puppy here? This poor abandoned puppy. How are you feeling right now after reading that? And what I want you to then think is, what words make you feel that way? Certain words within that text make you feel that certain emotion. So pause the video and highlight any words that you think are creating an emotional response in yourself. Off you go. So these are the words that I have highlighted because it makes me feel quite sad. I mean, look at this poor puppy. All it needs is a home and a good stroke. But unfortunately, it is digital. So what's important to know is these words here: abandoned, scared, and alone. These are words that make you feel quite sorry, quite sad for that individual. Makes you feel sad inside. They're quite powerful and emotive words. Why, on top of that though, do you think the author has said puppies and not dogs? There's a clear reason for that. Puppies are smaller, they're cuter, they're more delicate. You tend to feel much more responsibility and you feel sadder when something happens to a puppy in comparison to a dog because it's a lot younger as well. So again, changing your noun can also have an impact on something too. With that in mind, I want you to read through the next text and tell me how it makes you feel, and then think about what words have made you feel this way. So, the devastated team were heartbroken after conceding a last-minute goal which knocked them out of the cup. What words, what adjectives shall I say, are being used in here that create an emotional response? Pause it, highlight it, and come back to me in a moment. So hopefully, you notice it makes people feel quite sad because your team's been knocked out of the cup. The words I've gone for are devastated and heartbroken. They have feelings of sadness, but rather than saying the sad team was sad after conceding a last-minute goal, it just brings out a much greater reaction in you. So it's about thinking of those more powerful, emotive words. One last one. Read through this one again. How is it making you feel? And which words are making you feel that way? So without doubt, the joyful dog was on cloud 9 after finding the most wonderful stick. Pause it, think about which words are doing that emotion to you. Come back to me in a second. So hopefully you noticed the word joyful, on cloud 9 and wonderful are all words that make you feel good in yourself. They make you feel happy. And look, how can you not happy when you're a dog that looks like that? So one last task today. I want you all now to make sure you have this emotive language word mat ready. It is on your daily planner. It is there to help you. It's got other words, other adjectives for certain emotions like happy, angry, sad, and so on. In the next slides, I will have words like happy, angry, and sad. You've got to change them to make them more emotive. So let's start with one here. Rewrite it using your word mat to make this more emotive using more powerful language. The surprise lady was surprised with the party she was given. Use that word mat. Make me have more of an emotional reaction to it. It's quite boring right now. Off you go. I'll see you in a bit. There are numerous options you could have gone for, but I went for the astonished lady was taken aback with the mysterious party she was given. It just gives a much bigger emotional impact of, yeah, that's quite a surprising thing to happen. Again, rewrite this sentence. The relaxed panda was relaxing whilst on the treetop. Use your word mat. Off you go. This time I've changed to content and unruffled. It makes me feel a lot calmer. It makes me feel a lot more relaxed. It gives me an idea that I'm feeling like that panda's feeling right now. With that in mind, your task is up. You can choose either the warm, hot, or spicy activity. Follow the instructions on there. Please, 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 please use that word mat to help you out. Have a brilliant day, Year 4, and I'll see you tomorrow.